Concrete works are a primary element in construction which should be estimated properly by the quantity surveyor. Know the details of how to estimate concrete in construction here in quantity surveying. From construction materials and testing, you have learned that the materials necessary to mix concrete are cement, sand or fine aggregates, and gravel or coarse aggregates. There are different amounts of each material for a desired grade. The water-cement ratio, though, would have to be limited from 45 to 55%. As further discussed in CMT, different grades of concrete serve different structures as they would result to diverse concrete strengths. A Class A concrete, when mixed properly, is expected to have around 2,500 to 3,000 psi strength. This is the common class used for regular structures. From the table, a column is added showing the proportioning of the materials in mixing concrete. Class AA of concrete requires 1 1/2 parts of sand and 3 parts of gravel with every part of cement. On the other hand, a Class D mixture would need 3 1/2 parts of sand and 7 parts of gravel for each part of cement. To further illustrate the table, take Class A concrete mix as an example. The proportion 1:2:4 means 1 part cement with 2 parts sand and 4 parts of gravel. The amount of water would have to be measured within 45 to 55% to produce a workable paste. Just how are we going to measure the parts discussed earlier? Parts are measured by volume, whereby a bag of cement of 40 kilograms is actually taken as 1 cubic feet in volume. So how are we going to measure the volume needed for the fine and coarse aggregates? A measuring box can exactly measure 1 cubic feet if it is made with the inner dimension of the box as 304.8 millimeters, or that is rounded off to 305 millimeters. The box width, length, and depth should have the same measurement to provide 1 cubic foot container. Before indulging with the computation, let's discuss the allowance of wastage. This is a factor multiplied to the volume to cover for some inconsistencies as we are just estimating. Allow an additional 5% for any concrete works placed inside forms such as columns, beams, girders, slabs, and walls. An additional 10% is added to those works poured without forms such as slabs on fill, footings, and other members which are bordered inconsistently by the soil without any form. There are two methods of estimating concrete. The first is volume method, which can be computed with the following steps. First is the determination of the concrete volume, after which add the allowance for wastage. Next is to identify the proportion of materials by checking the appropriate concrete mix, where the factors are multiplied with the volume previously computed. The following table is used for volume method. It is shown that a double class mixture will be requiring 12 bags of 40 kg cement or 9.5 bags of 50 kg cement. The commercially available bag in the market is 40 kilograms. On the other hand, note that the sand and gravel proportions all throughout the classes are the same 0.5 and 1. This is because the table has assumed that sand and even cement would be filling up the voids in the gravel. Thus, the volume would still equal out as expected. Take the first example for this method. Shown is a mat foundation with 9 columns. The mat foundation has an area of 15 by 15 meters and it is 0.60 meters thick. If we are to use Class A mixture, what would be the quantities involved? First is to take the volume of the footing, and that is 15 times 15 by 0.6 meters, which results to 135 cubic meters. From here, let's add our allowance of wastage, and since the footing will be laid on the ground instead of forms, we will be using 10%, making the total volume 148.5 cubic meters. As we are using Class A, we will multiply the volume of 148.5 cubic meters with 9 bags per cubic meter, giving 1,336.5, which is rounded to 1,337 bags of cement. The same volume will also be multiplied by 0.5 for sand, giving 74.25 cubic meters, and the quantity of gravel is computed by multiplying the volume with 1, which gives 148.5 cubic meters, just the same. For columns, it is given that the dimensions are 400 by 400 millimeters with a height of 1.8 meters from the soil bed to the top of the column for estimation. And again, Class A will be adopted. From the plan, it is easy to count that there are 9 columns. The height of each column is taken as the whole height of the column less the thickness of the footing, or that would be 1.8 less 0.6 meters, giving us 1.20 meters. So volume will be computed as 9 columns of 400 by 400 millimeters multiplied by the height of 1.2 meters, giving 1.728 cubic meters. Add the allowance of wastage, which is 5% for the columns, as forms can be used, and the final volume is 1.81 cubic meters. With Class A mixture, the quantity of cement is taken as the volume of 1.81 multiplied by 9, which is rounded as 17 bags. Sand is 1.81 cubic meters by 0.5, which is 0.91 cubic meters. And gravel is as the volume, and that is 1.81 cubic meters. So if we summarize the materials, cement will be 1,337 with 17 bags, totaling to 1,354 bags. Sand is 74.25 plus 0.91, which is 75.16 cubic meters. And gravel is 148.5 plus 1.81, giving 150.31 cubic meters. For our second example, a part of the plan and its details are provided. First is the foundation plan, where you can analyze the footings, columns, and the wall footings. The sizes of the footings and columns are detailed on the other clips, and the section of the footings are also shown for verification on the height of columns to be estimated. Let's start with the footings. From the plan, there are 2 kinds of footing, F1 and F2. By simply counting, there are 2 F1 columns of size 1 meter by 1 meter with 0.30 meter thickness. So F1 volume is 0.6 cubic meters. There are 4 F2s on the other hand, and the dimensions are 1 by 1 by 0.3 meters, resulting to 1.2 cubic meters. So the total volume of footings is 1.8 cubic meters. Add to this value the wastage allowance, which is 10% for footings, thereby resulting to 1.98 cubic meter volume. Assuming Class A mixture, we multiply the volume of 1.98 with 9, giving a rounded value of 18 bags of cement. Sand is 1.98 times 0.5, or that is 0.99 cubic meters. And gravel is 1.98 cubic meters, just the same. Next are the columns. By direct counting, there are 6 C1 columns of 0.8 meter length. The dimensions are 200 by 400 square millimeters. The volume is taken as 6 of 0.2 by 0.4 by 0.8, giving 0.384 cubic meters. Add to this the amount of 5% allowance covering wastage, making the volume 0.4032 cubic meters. Then, with Class A mixture, this volume will be multiplied by 9 bags to get 4 bags of cement. The same volume is multiplied with 0.5 cubic meters to have 0.2 cubic meters, and gravel accounts to 0.4 cubic meters. The last item in the plan is the wall footing. Wall footings are not placed as deep as the footings. As a standard, we would embed either 2 layers or 3 layers of hollow blocks in the ground, and in this case, we use 2 layers embedment in the example. The wall footing will be located somewhere similar to the illustration. From the details, it is written that the width is 450 millimeters with 150 millimeters depth. To get the volume of the wall footing, we need to determine the length. Say we take the span between grids 8 and 7, which is given a distance of 2,950 millimeters. Check that grid 8 is flashed on the side of the column, and grid 7 is placed on centers. Wall footing involves only the wall, so it can start and end from the column face. So we can compute for the length as 2,950 millimeters less the depth of the column on grid 8 and half of the column depth on grid 7. So the length is 2,950 less 400 and half of 400, which results to 2,350 millimeters. The span between grids 7 and 6 would have a different length for wall footing, and since the distance is taken on centers, we will be deducting half of both columns on each end, so the length is 2,800 less twice of half of 400, and that is 2,400 millimeters. Lastly, take the wall footing along grid 6. Although the grids and the distances are not shown, let's assume they are grids A' and B, with a distance of 4 meters. The length of the wall footing is 4 meters less half the column width, and that is 4,000 millimeters less half of 200 millimeters, giving the total length as 3,900 millimeters. So the total length of the wall footing is taken as twice from grids 7 and 8, and also twice of grids 6 and 7, then the wall footing length at grid 6. That would be twice of 2,550, twice of 2,400, and 3,900 millimeters, which totals to 13.8 meters. Now we can compute for the volume of the wall footing as 0.45 by 0.15 by 13.8 meters, and it comes out as 0.9315 cubic meters. And again, add the wastage allowance of 10%, making the total volume as 1.02465 cubic meters. And say we assume Class B for the mixture. The volume will be multiplied by 7.5 to get 8 bags of cement. Sand is 1.02 by 0.5, and that is 0.5 cubic meters. Lastly, gravel is 1.024 cubic meters. For the material summary, cement will be 18 plus 4 plus 8 from the footings, columns, and wall footings, and that would be 30 bags. Sand is totaled as 1.69 cubic meters, and gravel 3.40 cubic meters. Moving on to the procedure on estimating stairs. The length and the width are taken from the plan, and the thickness to solve for volume is taken by projecting a parallel line to the stairs underside. Such a line is reflected from the midpoint of the threads and risers of the stairs.